I was banned from that Nomadic Fanatic Unite blog for saying something, and it made me feel like crap about myself. I looked at myself in the mirror and I thought, I've been laughing at videos that make fun of Eric. I've been laughing at these videos as though somehow it makes my life feel better to know that this poor guy is traveling across the United States in a perpetual loop, around and 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 around again. I mean, how many times can one person go up and down the United States showing people the same thing over and over and over and over and over again before you just realize, this guy doesn't really have that great of a life. Now, if he maybe talked about himself and maybe shared some of who he is, maybe showed some of the inner Eric that may or may not be there, then that would be one thing, but it's just around and 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 around in a loop constantly, and we should pity that, not make jokes about Eric's tooth or his corpulence or his cat. We need to support Eric and make him a better person, because as of now, everything's deteriorating, literally falling out. Teeth are falling out because Eric needs our support. Not our donations, but our emotional support. We need to unite, put our hands up in the air, virtually, join hands, and pray for Eric. Not tear him down with videos with gay disco music. We need to unite as a human race, and we need to join hands, and we need to say, Eric, yes, you've been bad in the past. You've been very bad. You have been and done bad things. And yes, it's annoying to hear you say, oh dear, oh gosh, when we know darn well that it's fuck a duck and their motherfucker in the background behind the scenes. Nevertheless, I feel that we really need to join hands and come together to support this poor man so that he doesn't keep going around and around and around and around and around and around and around in this perpetual loop, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth across the United States eternally. Because in case you haven't noticed, that is what hell looks like. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Never settling, never putting roots down, never contributing, but rather back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Is that not punishment enough for Eric's sins? I appeal to you. Tone down the gay disco music and the references to his dear friend who obviously loves him. What kind of love that is really isn't our business. Anyway, I haven't said anything about any of this lately, but I just thought I'd pop in and say, yoo-hoo, hi, and I think that we can do better as a human species. Can I get an amen?